Hey, Steelers Nation. We're back with an exclusive video packed with the latest updates on our beloved Pittsburgh Steelers. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any exclusive updates or exciting Steelers news. The NFL world has been shaken to its core by what is rumored to be an unprecedented move from the Pittsburgh Steelers front office. Sources claim that the Steelers have made a decision regarding their quarterback for 2026, and, if true, this is nothing short of revolutionary. Imagine the franchise, steeped in tradition, a team that has built its identity on steel, grit, and methodical planning, suddenly pivoting toward a strategy that shocks fans, pundits, and even rival teams alike. The whispers from inside the organization suggest that the Steelers are closing a deal with none other than Patrick Mahomes, the Kansas City Chiefs superstar quarterback, a player whose name has dominated headlines for years and whose presence alone can completely alter a team's trajectory. For decades, the Steelers have carefully nurtured talent, drafted quarterbacks with caution, and relied on a culture of patience and stability. Yet, according to these insider accounts, they're prepared to upend that entire philosophy for a player whose skill, charisma, and field vision are nearly unparalleled in the modern era. Naturally, this move, if confirmed, would instantly become one of the most talked-about decisions in NFL history. Fans are buzzing, speculating about how Mahomes' arrival could reshape the Steelers' offensive schemes, their draft strategy, and their chances for a deep playoff run. Every analyst is already imagining the ripple effects. Defenses across the league would need to completely retool, coordinators would have to adapt their strategies, and the entire AFC could feel the shockwaves of Pittsburgh's daring gambit. The debate is fierce. Some argue this is a masterstroke that signals ambition and boldness, while others fear it could disrupt locker room chemistry, challenge the development of younger players, and create unforeseen tensions with existing team dynamics. Even within the fan base, reactions range from ecstatic optimism to cautious skepticism, with many questioning the price Pittsburgh might have paid to acquire a quarterback of Mahomes' caliber, given his contract, market value, and legacy. The secrecy surrounding the negotiations has only fueled the fire, making this story one of the hottest topics in sports media, dominating social feeds, podcasts, and pregame discussions. The very idea of Mahomes in black and gold has sparked a whirlwind of debate, memes, and hypothetical scenarios, with fans imagining historic comebacks, record-breaking plays, and the sheer excitement of watching one of the league's most electrifying quarterbacks take the field for a team steeped in history. While nothing has been officially confirmed, the reports have enough credibility to make even casual observers pause, considering the massive implications for the Steelers' future, the league's competitive balance, and the narratives that will unfold over the next season. It is a moment that seems almost cinematic, the kind of bold, headline-grabbing maneuver that can define a franchise for decades, and no one is willing to ignore it. Rumors suggest that the process leading up to this decision was as intense as it was secretive, with high-level meetings reportedly taking place behind closed doors, strategy sessions that could rival military planning in their complexity, and scouts working overtime to evaluate every conceivable angle of the potential acquisition. Sources claim that the front office considered not only Mahomes' athletic prowess, but also his leadership qualities, his ability to adapt to new systems, and the potential impact on Pittsburgh's locker room culture. Analysts have speculated endlessly about the possible price tag, with figures ranging into astronomical amounts of money, multiple first-round draft picks, and long-term financial commitments that would likely affect the team for years to come. Yet, insiders insist that the decision reflects a vision that transcends immediate concerns. The Steelers are reportedly prioritizing a once-in-a-generation talent capable of elevating the franchise to a level few thought possible in the modern NFL landscape. Fans have reacted with a mix of excitement and incredulity, flooding social media platforms with predictions about the upcoming season, debates about jersey sales, and countless what-if scenarios imagining Mahomes leading the black and gold to unprecedented glory. Of course, with such a seismic shift, skepticism runs high as well, with critics arguing that no player, however gifted, can simply be dropped into a new system without challenges, friction, and the need for careful adaptation. Yet the sheer boldness of the potential move has captured imaginations, with commentators comparing it to some of the most legendary quarterback acquisitions in sports history. Imagine the juxtaposition: a franchise steeped in blue-collar identity embracing a superstar whose game has redefined modern quarterbacking, blending lightning-fast decision-making, unparalleled mobility, and creativity with an aggressive, high-risk style. The intrigue grows with each passing day as insiders hint at meetings between Mahomes' representatives and Steelers executives, behind-the-scenes negotiations that could very well reshape the future of the team, and if completed, rewrite expectations for what an NFL offseason trade or signing can look like. Everyone is watching, waiting for official confirmation, while simultaneously dissecting every leaked tidbit, every cryptic social media post, and every subtle signal from both organizations, trying to piece together the puzzle. The conversation has transcended sports reporting, becoming a cultural phenomenon, with speculation, memes, and opinion columns dominating the public sphere. The Steelers' boldness, if true, is reminiscent of other historic leaps of faith, but with a modern twist. Mahomes represents not just a game-changer on the field, but a branding juggernaut, a marketing icon, and a generational talent whose presence could impact ticket sales, sponsorships, and the team's identity for years to come. In short, the NFL landscape may never be the same again if this rumor comes to fruition. Inside sources reportedly indicate that the Steelers' locker room itself is buzzing with anticipation, speculation, and cautious optimism. Veteran players are said to be evaluating how Mahomes' presence could influence their roles, the dynamics of the offensive line, and the interplay with receivers, running backs, and coaching staff. Rumors claim that some teammates are excited at the prospect of working alongside a quarterback whose talent is almost universally acknowledged as transcendent, while others are wary about how the adjustment period might play out. Analysts suggest that such a monumental acquisition, if confirmed, would require careful management of egos, personalities, and expectations, as integrating a superstar can sometimes be as challenging as it is transformative. The coaching staff, according to these whispers, is already strategizing around Mahomes' strengths, considering playbooks, formations, and offensive schemes that maximize his creativity while maintaining the Steelers' traditional identity. Some insiders hint at potential conflicts, as Pittsburgh's disciplined, methodical style could clash with Mahomes' improvisational tendencies, leading to heated debates and strategic adjustments behind the scenes. Fans are collectively holding their breath, torn between the excitement of witnessing an unprecedented era of Steelers football and the concern that high-profile acquisitions can sometimes disrupt chemistry or introduce unforeseen complications. Meanwhile, the media frenzy has reached levels rarely seen outside of Super Bowl speculation, with journalists dissecting every past performance, every highlight reel, and every interview Mahomes has given, searching for clues about his readiness to embrace a new team and culture. The narrative is electric, charged with both optimism and uncertainty, the kind of storylines that capture attention far beyond the traditional football audience, drawing in casual viewers, analysts, and pop culture commentators alike. If Mahomes were to don the Steelers uniform, it would not just be a football transaction. It would be a seismic cultural moment, one that redefines expectations for what a team can accomplish and sets a benchmark for future high-profile acquisitions across the league. The speculation is relentless, the excitement palpable, and the debate about whether this is genius or reckless continues to dominate the discourse, making this story one of the most compelling in recent sports history. Early reports suggest that negotiations for Patrick Mahomes' potential move to Pittsburgh may have involved unprecedented trade structures, creative financial arrangements, and guarantees that defy traditional models. Rumors indicate that multiple drafts, salary cap exceptions, and long-term incentives could all be on the table to make this vision a reality, a complexity that explains why the news, while leaking, has not yet been fully confirmed. The strategic calculus reportedly considered not only immediate performance, but also long-term franchise sustainability, fan engagement, and the ripple effect on league-wide competitiveness. Some analysts speculate that the Steelers are willing to mortgage future drafts and investments to secure a player who could dominate for years, a move that carries both enormous potential rewards and significant risks. The story has fueled wild speculation on social media, with fans debating whether this move could elevate the Steelers into perennial Super Bowl contention or whether it could destabilize a franchise that has thrived on methodical, incremental growth. Even rival teams are reportedly adjusting their scouting priorities and game plans, anticipating that Mahomes' rumored arrival could shift the balance of power in the AFC, forcing opponents to rethink defensive schemes, coverage strategies, and overall game preparation. Conversations around this potential move also extend beyond football, with economists, brand strategists, and cultural commentators weighing in on how Mahomes' presence could impact merchandise, local economies, and international viewership. The idea of a team like the Steelers, historically cautious and disciplined, taking such a bold leap is inspiring, frightening, and captivating all at once. The speculation alone has created an entire narrative arc in which Pittsburgh may be positioning itself as a modern-day dynasty, leveraging both star power and strategic foresight to rewrite football history. As the rumor mill churns, every detail, no matter how minor, is being scrutinized, turning a potential transaction into a full-blown cultural phenomenon. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The potential ripple effects of Mahomes joining the Steelers extend beyond the field into the psychological realm of players, fans, and even coaches. Sources suggest that locker room dynamics could shift dramatically, with existing quarterbacks, offensive leaders, and even special teams personnel recalibrating their roles and responsibilities. Analysts speculate that Mahomes' leadership style, intensity in preparation, and approach to high-pressure moments could either inspire teammates to new heights or create tension if adjustments are not carefully managed. Fans are engaging in endless debates about how the iconic black and gold colors will now be associated with a quarterback who has redefined modern football, blending speed, agility, and an almost uncanny ability to improvise in ways that challenge conventional defensive wisdom. Hypothetical scenarios are being discussed nonstop. Record-breaking comebacks, impossible throws under pressure, and the electrifying energy that a player of Mahomes' caliber can inject into stadiums. Meanwhile, media outlets are dissecting every interview, every public statement, and every social media post from both Mahomes and Steelers executives, trying to read between the lines for hints about readiness, motivation, and chemistry. The speculation is not limited to performance metrics, but extends to the emotional and cultural impact, with fans imagining a renaissance in Pittsburgh football, merchandise surges, and even increased national attention. Rivals, naturally, are concerned, reportedly adjusting strategies in anticipation of facing a reimagined Steelers offense, prompting league-wide discussions about balance, parity, and the evolving nature of quarterback power in the modern game. In essence, the potential acquisition is more than a trade or a signing. It is a seismic cultural and strategic pivot that could reshape not just the team, but the perception of what a modern NFL franchise can dare to attempt. Whispers from the front office suggest that if the move happens, the Steelers are not merely chasing short-term glory, but are planning for an era, a multi-year vision that leverages Mahomes' talent to establish a dynasty capable of sustained success. Rumors indicate that every element, from offensive play calling to recruitment, conditioning programs, and public relations, is being recalibrated to accommodate the unprecedented addition of a player who is widely considered generational. Speculators are debating endlessly how the Steelers will maintain their identity, balancing tradition with innovation, and whether Mahomes' style will reshape the franchise's philosophy in the long term. The conversation goes far beyond fans and analysts. Executives in rival franchises are reportedly taking notes, recognizing that Pittsburgh may have redefined the strategic calculus of star acquisitions, risk management, and brand positioning. The intrigue extends to media, social platforms, and casual observers, who are captivated by the narrative of a team willing to gamble on greatness, to risk convention for the chance to redefine history. The potential consequences are immense. Ticket sales could surge, merchandise could skyrocket, and the Steelers' national profile could grow in ways previously unimaginable. This speculation, rumor, and partial leak have already captured imaginations, creating a storyline that transcends football itself, turning into a saga of ambition, risk, and the pursuit of transcendent talent. If the rumors are accurate, the 2026 season may mark not just a turning point for Pittsburgh, but for the entire NFL, challenging conventional wisdom and inspiring a new era of bold, headline-grabbing decisions. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.